Hey there, Veronica. Do you know what time it is? Oh yeah, that's right. It's time for episode 5 of Roawyn's Fallout New Vegas Very Hard, Hardcore, All Challenges at a Loss for Words walkthrough. And yes, I need to come up with a shorter name for the series. What's this? My spider senses are tingling. Do I detect danger? Are those the cries of a civilian in trouble? Come, Veronica! We shall rescue this citizen from the vile clutches of this evildoer. I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the stain that you cannot remove. I am Dark Wing Roawyn. Oh, well, thank you, Veronica. I didn't need your help, but yeah, wow, nice punch. No need to thank me, citizen. Just doing my hero's duty. Watch where you step, Veronica. You don't want to step in my hero's duty.
Yes. Hey, buddy, spare a cap? I can make it worth your while.
I don't want what he's selling.
Ha ha ha. Oh, that's rich. You're not exactly my type. No offense. No, I meant I could give you a tip. Earn my money, so to speak.
Hard-working bum. Isn't that an oxymoron?
You look like you're new around here, so I'm sure I know all sorts of things you'd find useful. If not, well, it's only a cap. So what do you say?
Get a job, you bum. Oh, wait.
I understand.
That's what you're doing.
Well, have a good day.
In order to get Eulogy
pal,
Jones's
spare a
hat,
cap?
you need to buy exactly
The
11
first thing you
tips.
should know is that Freeside is run by a pack of yahoos that call themselves the Kings. Their leader, who oddly enough calls himself the King, currently has his hands full trying to prevent an all-out riot in Freeside. That's 2 tips, but what the hell? You're a new customer, so the extra one's on me. Wanna hear another?
Count that as 1 tip, and now buy 10 more.
If you've been around the Kings, you may have met one of them named Pacer. He's always stomping around trying to show off his authority. Being new, you weren't around when it happened, but a few months ago, Pacer pissed off the Van Graff family big time. No one knows what went down, but word is the Van Graffs still want him dead. That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
Use a scratch piece of paper to count them
Have you
as
tried
you go.
going to the strip only to be stopped by those big metal murder machines? Happens every day around here. But if you know the right people, you can get through the gate without being a rich man. That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
You can always save before talking.
Caught a rumor
just
the
in
other day
case.
that some of the clientele over at the Wrangler have been making some rather strange requests. Stuff like weirdos wanting the services of ghouls and such. I almost have half a mind to volunteer myself. Sexy beast that I am.
Go
What
get
do
him,
you
Tiger.
say? Want another tip? There was a rumor a while back that the White Glove Society was really an all-ghoul gang, which is why they wear those weird masks of theirs. What do you think? Would I look good in a mask? Maybe I'd make more caps.
I thought
That
you
one was
were wearing a
pretty good,
mask.
right?
Oh, zing!
How about another? Mention the NCR and people around here get a little on edge. There's talk that they're going to take over all of New Vegas. It doesn't help that they've got military camps all over the place, and more troops pour into the area daily. What do you say? Want another tip?
Just 5 more tips to go.
I've heard people passing through mention some kind of underground fights pitting creatures of the waste against one another for sport. And when I say underground, that's their word I'm using, not my own.
The first
That
rule
one
of the
was
thorn
pretty
is
good,
you don't
right?
talk about the
How
thorn.
about another?
The second rule of the thorn is you
Ever
don't
hear
talk
of the
about
gun
the
runners?
thorn.
They sell just about every kind of firearm you can imagine. And some you probably couldn't.
I don't
I
know.
got
I can
more where that
imagine some
came
pretty
from.
crazy weapons,
Want
like a
another?
bazooka that shoots running
Drugs
chainsaws.
are everywhere in Freeside. And even people you might not expect have become addicts. Jacob Hoff, for instance. That man was a brilliant chemist before he picked up the habit. Now, just another junkie. That King Pacer's a fan of Jet, too. Though I heard one of the followers talking about it being dangerous for him. Something about his heart. Do yourself a favor and stay away from that stuff, okay? What do you say? Want another tip?
Pacer's got a bum ticker, huh?
I probably don't have to tell you that Freeside's dangerous, but you might want to think twice about hiring one of those guards at the gates. They're not all saints, is all I'm saying.
Why would I need a bodyguard? I can take care of myself.
Traders have been griping for a while now about I-15 being too dangerous to travel. I'd steer clear of it unless you're armed to the teeth. I got more where that came from. Want another?
Or you could just do like I did and run really,
Well,
really
have a
fast
good
past
day.
Death Claws. That works too. Well, if you haven't been counting, that's 11 tips. Now watch what happens when we leave Freeside and then re-enter. He should be wearing a fancy new hat. Take a look at that.
Hey
That's
there.
Eulogy Jones's hat in all its glory. Beautiful. Freeside's a big place, and I'm not going to be able to get to all of it in one episode. So this episode, we're going to loot Mick and Ralph's for all the useful stuff, and we're gonna abscond with Eulogy Jones's hat there. Once we convince our friend Rotface, just let us borrow it, just for a little while.
Looking for a fix, man? I got what you need.
What you got, man? What you got?
Have a look,
Come on,
baby.
man. Hook me up. Dixon's Jet and Dixon's Whiskey are actually
Bye.
different than regular whiskey and Jet. They stack with them, but they have really, really high
Reach
addiction
for the
rates.
sky, mister.
Cool gun, kid. Where'd you get it?
I don't really like to go to bed until it gets dark out.
Seriously, where are the parents in any
Sorry,
of these
but
games?
I need to shoot Stacy. We can find you another gun.
All right, I tell you what, kid.
This
I'll make you a
is
deal
the
for
best
the gun.
gun in the whole galaxy. I paid 1,000,000 caps for it, and it wasn't even brand new.
Whew, kid's a shrewd negotiator.
Sorry, I may be little, but I'm not dumb.
All right, kid, just give me the gun and run on home to your parents.
Well, if you can get me most of it, I could give you a loan for the rest.
What the heck? Does this kid have millions in Swiss bank accounts?
Let's see.
How about an invisible, illusionary, imaginary cookie for your gun?
Sorry, I may be little, but I'm not dumb.
Kid doesn't back down, I'll give him that. Bet nobody's ever took his lunch money.
I'll be shooting Stacy till you get back. Just saying goodbye to it, you know?
You're a tough negotiator, kid. But I'll be back someday, and that gun is mine. What you laughing at, old man? That kid didn't outsmart me. I'm just letting the deal simmer. I'll be back. He'll come around. Just you watch. And next we're gonna run on over here. There is a unique destroyed collar. Besides explosive collars, which get put on you at certain points in the story, the destroyed collar is the only permanent piece of neckwear you can get. Unfortunately, it does nothing, but you can wear it with pretty much anything. And it's kind of cool. I like wearing it, but I'm not going to for this playthrough simply because it really is an unnecessary 5-pound weight. Alright, I'm gonna save quick before going into Mick and Ralph's because they apparently are extremely perceptive and often catch me stealing. And speak of the devil, I had to cut out a bunch because, well, I ended up getting caught red-handed and the whole store erupted into a firefight, and needless to say, it didn't end well for anyone. So, yeah, we're just gonna redo this here. So, first off, what I am doing is stealing all of the food items because NPCs have a really annoying tendency to go around and eat every scrap of food. This becomes especially problematic if there happens to be sugar bombs or some other rare food item. In fact, one time recently where I did this section, I came down to find they had scarfed both boxes of sugar bombs in here, much to my utter dismay. The rocket souvenirs that I just obtained out of that vending machine are part of the quest Come Fly With Me. Taking them now won't have any negative impact on the quest later, so you can safely do so. Be careful when you're looting the second floor of the store. The shopkeepers have the real annoying tendency of detecting you through the ceiling. I don't know if they have superpowers or what, but you'll be completely hidden, then all of a sudden they'll detect you, and then you'll lose rep with Freeside and possibly have them turn hostile. So keep an eye on your stealth meter. You might want to make several saves while you're looting and pillaging this place, because things can go wrong and you really don't want to be getting into a firefight and killing any shopkeepers. Especially since, well, we'll need what they sell later in the game anyway. And if the shopkeepers die, their inventories are removed from the game. Some of the dressers up here may contain vault jumpsuits. Those will come in handy later on with a quest. So make sure you don't use them for repairing or sell them. I found out the hard way because I had used all the vault jumpsuits to repair each other, and then I later discovered, much to my chagrin, that the jumpsuits were actually used in a quest. Ugh. And I had to start over for the umpteenth millionth time. Make sure you obtain the old cowboy hat off the hat rack in this room. We're going to be using that a little later to obtain Eulogy Jones's hat, and I'll show you how to do that. Yeesh! Whenever those shopkeepers talk, it startles me. I thought they just spotted me. Ugh. Quit sneaking around, scaring people when they're trying to rob you blind. Jeez, manners? So, while I'm looting, I'd like to take a moment to ask you, dear viewers, what have you learned from my series? I'm really curious to know what hints or tricks that I've gone over that you may not have known before. So, please share those in the comments. I'd also like to thank you guys for your continued support and encouragement on these videos. Your comments and likes make this all worthwhile, so thank you. A viewer recently asked me if I had any intentions of doing any other Let's Plays and walkthroughs. Absolutely. I will definitely be having some more stuff come down the pipeline in the future.
Got something good for me?
Just stay tuned.
Is it a dress?
I don't want to ruin the surprise. I'm just waiting for Veronica to stage an intervention for me for my kleptomania and hoarding problem. Veronica, if anyone asks, we came in with all this stuff, okay? I don't know you, and you don't know me. And if things get ugly, we make a run for it, okay? Okay. One reason I'm looting the shop so thoroughly is to get the items out of their inventory. I don't like paying for items that I could have stolen.
It's just my taste. Thank you.
I actually discovered that last episode I bought a gecko steak. Turns out I could have pickpocketed the gecko steak from Mr. Samuel Kerr. Well, I now feel like a bonehead afterwards. So make sure that you check that before buying stuff. Always go into pickpocket mode and check the inventory of the shopkeepers. Sometimes you can save yourself some caps. Well, we're finally getting done looting this place. Only took the whole episode, but there is an awful lot of stuff in here. And remember, every cap stole is a cap earned. And that's fiscal responsibility. Wow, Veronica, that hat looks mighty fine on you. That is a fancy looking hat. I like that look for you. I'm going to be splitting up the exploration of Freeside into several episodes because right now we need to be very cautious. We are very close to leveling and we cannot afford to make any mistakes at this point. Freeside thugs like to spawn and attack, and they can also kill NPCs and cause other problems. So we're gonna have to be very, very careful from now on. We can't fight any of them, and we risk Veronica killing them and getting the experience. I probably should have saved, because, whoa! Did you see that? I almost just got caught there. It gets really dicey sometimes. It's like red light, green light was taking this stuff. Don't mind me behind the counter, sir. Just the cash register inspector. I was sent over to make sure everything was up to code. Well, looks like this model's still working properly. Yep,
Just let me know if
everything
anything
checks
catches your
out.
eye.
Yeah, don't mind if I jump up onto this chair here. Sorry if I'm standing on your head.
Hello.
Just trying to check the lights. Yep, gotta check the light fixtures. Don't mind me. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to step on you. Well, it looks like your lighting is up to code here. No, don't get up. Everything checks out. I can let them know in my report that you're clear and everything's up to code, sir. All right, the time has come to go get Eulogy Jones's hat. All right, so we need to make sure we've got an old cowboy hat in our inventory. And obviously you're going to want to save because if you fail the steal check, you're not going to get another chance. And we don't want to have to kill Rotface here. He's a likable sort and he could come in handy later. Hey, Veronica, your hat's
Ooh, got
looking
something
really
good
good.
for me?
No, it's not
it
a
a
dress.
dress?
It's a hat. We're talking about hats here. Pay attention, Veronica. Jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna give you this hat. It's a little bit nicer. I'm gonna give Rotface your hat if you don't mind. So, in order to steal something that an NPC is wearing, you have to give them something better. It has to have better armor. Now, this old cowboy hat has 1 damage threshold. So that's going to be a little bit better than Eulogy Jones's hat, which has a damage threshold of 0. So once you manage to reverse pickpocket the item into his possession, once you spend a sufficient amount of time away from him, he should equip it. You know you've successfully reverse pickpocketed when it doesn't close the menu. If it closes the menu, it means you got spotted, and you might as well just reload. We don't want to make any enemies here. You know, it really doesn't make sense why they would get mad that you're putting something into their possession. I mean, we're trying to give them stuff. People these days, you just can't please them. Darn it, Rotface, you were supposed to put on the hat. Ugh, come on, Veronica, let's try this again. I don't get it, Veronica. People these days, so ungrateful. I stole him that fancy new hat. And, oh, there he goes. All right, well, awesome. There it is in all its glory. Eulogy Jones's hat. I found out about it completely by accident. I just happened to buy the right amount of tips from him, left, and when I came back, he was sitting there with it. All right, Rotface, come on, be a pal. Let me just borrow it for a while. Hey, thanks, buddy. I'll bring it back someday. Originally, you were also supposed to be able to get Eulogy Jones's suit also. Rotface was going to be part of a quest line.
If you're looking for guns, talk to Mick. Otherwise, I've got a nice selection of general supplies.
Hey, Ralph, my man. What
Take a
you got
gander.
for me today? That container of chlorine is for a quest. Don't buy it yet. We'll come back for it later. Doesn't look
Pleasure
like
doing business
anything
with you.
interesting. What
I
else
only
you got?
offer services if the king gives the okay. Impress him and we can talk.
And who exactly
You
is the
haven't heard of
king?
the king? You must have been living under a rock or something. The king has his boys all over Freeside. He controls the water pump and is essentially the go-to guy for what goes around here.
Come on, Ralphie boy, let me in on your little side business.
Wow, you're a real wordsmith there, bub. Sorry, talk to the leaders of Freeside if you want the deal.
Ouch, you could have just said no. You didn't have to go and hurt my feelings.
Hey, what can I
Jeez.
get you?
Alright, tell me a little bit more about Freeside.
What do you want to know?
What's there to do around here? Who are the key players? I want all the
They're
details.
the local energy weapon dealers in Freeside. When it comes to lasers and plasma, they're the only game in town, and they keep it that way. Gloria's men are the best armed in Freeside and ruthless to boot. But her brother, Jean-Baptiste Cutting, puts them all to shame.
Alright, I keep hearing about this atomic
Their
wrangler
joint
place.
is the only place in Freeside to get it all under one roof. They've got gambling, booze, chems, and whores. They're good folks, just don't cross them. They're known for tidying up loose ends with a bullet to the brain box.
Well, that doesn't scare
Anything
me
else I can
one
help you
bit.
with?
Already taken a bullet to the brain box once.
Come back anytime.
Didn't do any damage.
Hey,
what was
what
I
can I
just
get ya?
talking about? Oh yeah. I already took a bullet to the brain box
Thanks for
once.
stopping in.
Didn't do any damage. Did I just say that? Alright, where's Mick? Hey,
Evening.
you there. Hey, yeah, I'm looking for you.
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's. If you need guns, I'm your man. For general supplies and other services, see my partner Ralph.
Just so happens that
Have a look.
I like guns. Let's see what you got. Well, unfortunately, we can't really afford much right now because we need all our caps for gambling. But yeah, he's got a pretty good selection here. He's even got a few unique items. Embrace of the Mantis King. That's a nice unique item right there. Quite outside our price range. Little Devil. That's really nice. Naughty Nightwear is unique, but we'll get that for free later. And Nuka Breaker, which is also unique. All that stuff's a little bit too pricey for my blood.
Things were better when the Omertas were buying, but we get by. Good selection from traders, and the Van Graffs keep things running.
It's very important to ask
That's
about
the
what's
thing.
the deal with the
I have no
Omerta.
idea. They just stopped buying guns all of a sudden. If you hear anything, let me know.
Getting
Anything
that
else I can
side
help you with?
quest is going to be important for getting the Pimp Boy
Anything else? I
3
can...
billion later on.
Sure.
Which is
Let's
a
see what
unique
you've got.
version of the Pip Boy. But we'll talk more about that later. Alright, folks. We're about to get our speech failures up
Why?
to 8.
You work for one of the casinos?
No. Do you?
All of my guns are special. If anything catches your eye, let me know.
Fine. Yeah, I work for the casinos. You sell to me then?
No Vegas banned items here, buddy. Just high-quality standard stock.
Well, folks, it's
Come back
that
and see us
time
soon.
again. Time to draw this episode to a close. I know you'll miss me terribly while I'm gone, but I'll be back soon. Until we meet again, I bid you farewell and adieu. So long.